Hello, and welcome to my little corner of the cosmic universe. This is High Priestess Indigo, and I'm back with another reading for the collective. So I'm going to start with a prayer. We're going to put some subconscious cards, and then we'll see what deck I'm led to. Almighty God, I thank you. Please allow me to be a clear portal and a clear channel for your Holy Spirit and your divine will. Almighty God, I ask that you bless each and every person that comes across this reading. You know who they are and where they are on their journey and what they need. And God, I ask that you bind and return to sender any and all negative energy, negative entities, evil eye, projection, spell work, black magic, dark magic, hoodoo, voodoo, anything that is not of your purest and highest divine light. These things I ask in Jesus' precious name. Amen. Whew. Happy Monday. And the last Monday of the 2024 year. Can't believe it. It's like, I feel like we blinked and 2024 was over with. And it has indeed been the year of karma, just like Cat Williams, said when he sat down and talked to, on Club Shay Shay. It is the year of the eight, year of divine karma and divine judgment. And 2025 is the year of completion of cycles. So it will be interesting to see what's in store for us next year. So, all right. Let me get one more card here, Holy Spirit. Thank you. And the energy I'm picking up right away is a masculine energy. Needing to address a victimhood mindset. Identifying strongly with being a victim of circumstances or others, which can prevent empowerment and spiritual growth. Needing to address a grounding deficit. A sense of feeling disconnected from one's physical body in the present moment, often resulting in feelings of spaciousness, disorientation, and difficulty in maintaining focus or stability in daily life. Addressing psychic sensitivity overload. Feeling overwhelmed by psychic or energetic sensitivities without adequate coping mechanisms. Needing to address attachment to material possessions. Overemphasis on material wealth and possessions for a sense of identity or security. Needing to heal from betrayal wounds. Deep emotional pain resulting from a perceived betrayal by someone trusted, leading to difficulties in trusting others. Address wounds from gossip and slander, unfairly and unjustly damaging a person's reputation without their knowledge or consent with untruths and made up stories. And with the subconscious cards, they could be past or present what this person needs to heal or has already healed. So, with all readings, you know, take what resonates for your situation and leave what does not. As my grandmother so famously said, it's like eating meat or eating fish. Eat the meat, leave the bones. And I'm going to use the graffiti deck. So. I think this is going to be a doozy of a one. First card out, lawlessness. Oof. Yep, I knew it. All right. On top, cold-blooded, refusing treatment. I knew it. I knew this one was gonna be a doozy. Antagonistic, fade away, abandon, In the shadows, parental issues, jealous of your beauty, serendipitous, non-player character. And let me get a few more here because I thought I had more than I did. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Y'all bear with me. I got a little drip in the nose today. But ain't no cooties gonna stop me. So I'm just like everything else, I rebuke it in the name of Jesus. Oh boy. Boy toy. 1-800 search for you. Ooh. All right. So let me go ahead and start this reading and then I'll use these cards. So what we got here is this is making a mess of myself here. What we have here is a not so divine masculine. This is somebody that is showing up in the energy as very ruthless, very cold blooded. This is somebody that is currently being ceremoniously sat down by the Most High God. This is somebody who did a number of, whew, I mean, let's just say this person has violated laws on every single plane possible. They have violated spiritual laws. They have violated good decency human laws. They have probably violated actual legal laws. This person is doing the most. This person is was basically, as behaved as lawlessly and as cold blooded as they could, just so that they could be on top. This is somebody that had the mindset of they wanted to win by any means necessary. And I do mean by any means. This is somebody that is showing up as whew, let me just say it this nicely. This is somebody that was they've been screwed up for a very long time. They have had some severe childhood wounds that they have refused to let go of. They have refused to heal, which is why this refusing treatment is showing up. But it's showing up for multiple reasons, but we'll get into those as we go along. This is somebody that they felt like the only way they could get ahead in life, the only way they could be successful, the only way they could be on top was if they basically broke spiritual laws and robbed people of their spiritual energy. This is also somebody that had no problems engaging in any kind of scamming. I'm hearing PPE loans. I'm hearing COVID loan, those loans that they were giving out during COVID for small businesses and stuff like that. I'm seeing that kind of fraud. I'm seeing scamming of all types. This is the kind of person that would pay money for stolen credit card information. I mean, this person was really like, they had a lifestyle that they wanted to live and they did not care who they had to step on to be able to live that life. This is somebody who and it's really crazy because this person, they were supposed to have been a chosen one. They were supposed to have been a divine masculine. This is somebody that completely abdicated their authority. They abdicated their position, spiritual position and spiritual ranking. They gave up their divinity, and they also betrayed and destroyed a relationship with a divine feminine. Yeah, so this person basically, what I'm hearing is going the route of the divine order was too slow for them. They wanted quick money. They wanted easy money. They wanted money that they could flash. They wanted to be on top of the world, but they did not want to have to do the work to get there. This is somebody who every person that they came into contact with, they wind up being antagonistic and adversarial toward them. Even, people that were trying to help them, or people who were sent into their lives to help them, particularly that divine feminine I mentioned earlier. This is somebody who, like I said, also is being sat down by the Most High God, because they have literally, it reminds me, I cannot, y'all forgive me, I'm never able to quote the exact chapter and verse. I know there's some, people that are really good at that when it comes to the Bible. But like I said, I know the Bible internally. It's something I've committed within my spirit, my soul. But it reminds me of, like, this might have been in early part of the Bible. I feel like somewhere in there, when people, I feel like it was somebody that was trying to build a tower to heaven. Like, I don't know. It's giving me like that kind of feeling of this person thought that they were going to rise to the top off the back of other people. And I remember saying this quote to my bestie years ago, and she literally was like, "This is so good, I gotta write this down." But it stayed with me, and I know it was a divinely given quote, because it what I kept hearing is, you cannot build your happiness off the back of other people's suffering. But this is precisely what this person thought they could do. This is precisely what this person had been doing their entire lives, was they were building their happiness off of the suffering of other people whom they were inflicting the most emotional and mental suffering that they could possibly do on people, because once they got that betrayal wound and that wounding in that person, then they could basically harvest them for energy. As I said, this is somebody that is being sat down by the Most High God. This is somebody that currently wishes that they could fade away from their life because they're feeling abandoned. But this is somebody that, as the old people would say, be careful how you treat people on your way up, because you'll have to see those same people on your way down. This is that kind of person right now, that they were very nasty and very awful to people on their way up, at least in their terms of what they considered their way up. When, if this person really understood, they weren't on their way up, they were actually already on their way down at that point. This person just didn't see it that way, because they were so fixated on like this temporary, like I said, everything, they needed instant gratification for everything. That is also a big reason why this person is showing up in the energy as a boy toy. Somebody that engaged in a number of secret affairs. And the more secret affairs they engaged in, the better to them. This is somebody that honestly got off on feeling like they were getting over on people. So they loved being in relationships where they knew they were being unfaithful to their partner, but their partner didn't know they were being unfaithful, but they derived some sort of like sadistic pleasure from knowing that they were basically screwing somebody over. Like I said, this person was completely wrecked from the beginning. This is somebody who, like I said, they're showing up in the energy as having severe parental issues. You see how toxic this child is? Look how toxic the parent is. So this is, you know, rotten fruit from a rotten tree. I hate to say that, but yeah, this is rotten fruit from a rotten tree. This is somebody who is currently sitting in the shadows. Uh, they're currently sitting in the shadows, really, kind of obsessing. Excuse me. Like I say, my nose is drippy today. At least it's coming out, though. I'll take that. This is somebody that's sitting in the shadows, obsessing over that divine feminine that they rejected. Because as their life is falling apart, and they are being hit with tower after tower of karmic debt and divine judgment, this is somebody who is sitting back in the shadows. Like I said, they're looking up this divine feminine. They're watching her elevate. They're watching her move forward with her life, and I feel very clearly she's moving on to new love, a new counterpart. This is somebody that is very jealous of this divine feminine. And as a matter of fact, he's always been jealous of this divine feminine. It's part of what led to him betraying her and doing some of the things that he did, along with, stuff he's been doing to other people. This is somebody that is currently showing up in the energy um, as a bit of a nun. Well, there's a weirdness with this one, okay? So this person was at one point, I feel like, under heavy duty entity attachment. But now that this person has kind of proverbially hit a rock bottom spiritually, I'm kind of feeling the sense that they're going through an ego death. And so they're kind of being lifted out of the entities, but it's only because this ego death is so profound that honestly, I mean, I guess to say God gave them a little bit of a break was like, okay, you're going through an ego death. I'm going to let these entities come up off of you at least. Because this person is now having to sit with a clear mind and think on all of the things that they were doing. So this is somebody who their spirit team and the Most High God uh, is not letting them forget everything that they have done to people, all of the emotions and the negative energy that they created in other people, they're sitting in. So this is somebody that is going through betrayal wounds. They're dealing with gossip and slander because this person's truth is being exposed. This is also somebody who did a lot of gossiping and slandering of other people because this person is showing up in the energy as a narcissist, because this is somebody that was quite literally tearing down other people's uh, name. Uh, they were creating false narratives on people, but at the same time, they were stealing these people's personality. So, most narcissists, their train of thought is, I'm going to copy, try to replicate, and then I'm going to destroy the original so that people think that I'm the original. So, this person was really efficient at doing that. I hate to say that, but this person was exceedingly good at doing that. And I'm here, Scooby Doo, and I would have got away with it if it wasn't for you pesky chosens. This is somebody that got away with this for a long time, and honestly, what got them caught, and got them basically divine judgment called on them, was their cold-blooded lawlessness toward this divine feminine. This was the only person that they had come across in their life that was of a higher enough spiritual vibration, as well as a high enough spiritual ranking to be able to call divine judgment on them. Got to be more careful, as Empress T 44444 says. His person really has started feeling like they were too big to fail. They felt like they were always going to be able to get away with harvesting other people's energy, with stealing other people's energy, until they tried to pull the same song and dance on that divine feminine who is a chosen one. And so, yeah, when he destroyed that relationship with this divine feminine, she chunked up the deuces and she called in divine judgment. That's pretty much what happened here. So now this person is really like really wanting to fade away, because for all the years that this person refused treatment, that was that much more years of karmic debt and judgment that this person was accumulating. So now this person is basically part of their divine judgment is they're no longer allowed to refuse treatment. This person is basically their divine judgment is for them to have to go through ego death, for them to have to go through awakening, for them to have to sit in all of the emotions and heartache and mental anguish, as well as the mental prisons that they trapped other people in. They're sitting in. This is somebody who wants to feel like they're a victim, but in the recesses of their mind, they know that this is just karma for everything that they've done to other people. This is somebody that feels completely, they feel ungrounded. This is somebody that feels like they're out in the middle of the ocean in a paddle boat, or in a canoe, and they don't have any ors at all. This is somebody that was very attached to material possession, clearly, because, like I said, this is somebody that would have done anything to get to the top. And I do mean anything. This person was so lawless that there was nothing, that was off limits. This person literally even used their body as a means of, rising to the top. They literally were also sleeping their way to the top. So this is somebody that was very promiscuous, and at one point had a very heavy incubus Jezebel attachment to them that was really ruling their life. That was part of these non-player characters, as well as the narcissistic demon that was literally riding them from childhood as a result of this parental household that they grew up in, where it was very. This is somebody that was. It's crazy, but this is not even giving me that this person's childhood was necessarily you know, I'm gonna say it this way. This person did not have the childhood of a serial unaliver, but they did have a childhood where they were treated as like a golden child. And this honestly made this person feel like there was no consequences to their action, because anytime this person did anything, they basically learned at an early age how to manipulate their way out of it. And so that just kind of carried forward into their adulthood, and they just got really good at manipulating people. And they were, like I said, it was a well oiled machine. But now this person is sitting in the shadows, thinking about this divine feminine, thinking about their life choices as their life is quite literally falling apart. This is somebody that is very much awoke to all of their destructive choices. So this is somebody that is really they're going through a sort of kind of like overload, because it's like everything that they have done to people is quite literally sitting on top of them, and it's pressing them, and it's kind of driving them a bit nutty. But this was somebody who was a true energy vampire. Like I said, they coming up in the energy as narcissistic, and they really just had no qualms. I mean, this person is giving me the idea of somebody that really didn't believe in God. One, because they were able to manipulate and get away with all kind of matters of evil and heinous behavior. And then also because this person was so good at manipulating and puppeteering other people, that this person in a lot of ways really started feeling like they were God. Ugh, this is somebody who I feel like in the 3D is also going through a physical divorce with somebody. But I also am seeing a spiritual divorce. Him and his divine feminine have now been spiritually divorced, you know. And this masculine is having to think about that, because honestly, this spiritual divorce almost feels like a pettiness. Like this person wasn't even necessarily intending to divorce this divine feminine, but in a bout of anger and pettiness, he was trying to prove some point. What point he was trying to prove, I have no idea. Um, you know, it, Chalk it up to the thinking of a narcissist. But this person had some petty um, point to prove. One of those that, like, I'm going to teach you. And I feel like they rejected this divine feminine and went toward a karmic feminine whom they married spiritually in the 3D. And yeah, that turned out to be uh, another one in a long line of terrible mistakes to make, because now that's ending in divorce as well. This is somebody who is quite literally kind of hiding away from people. This is somebody that is in isolation. They're in hermit mode because this ego death is destroying them in every way possible. Like I said, the Most High God literally, I'm seeing he hit the gavel and instant, like this person's life just crumbled like you wouldn't believe. It was almost like an overnight. You know how they say overnight sensation? this was an overnight deflation. Like, this person literally went from rags to riches, or riches to rags, in a matter of like days. It just seemed like everything just was like a house unto itself, and it just collapsed and imploded into itself. This person mask have been shattered. This person has been exposed in the 3D for their lawlessness and their cold-blooded behavior. This is, like I said, this is somebody that is simply trying to fade away. And as family and friends, or at least family, the ones that can manage to get through to him from time to time, it's really finding him very unresponsive. Even when they get him on the phone, I feel like this is somebody that is like giving one syllable, like one syllable words, or they're just very abrupt. Like they can't seem to get out more than a few words at a time, because the pain, the emotional pain that they're under is quite literally strangling that throat chakra. Like, this person wants to talk, they want to be able to put into words like what they're feeling, but this person was a narcissist. So narcissists are notoriously not in touch with their emotions. You know, this person doesn't even know how to identify what he's feeling yet. You know, but trust me, you sit in this ego death long enough, you'll be able to soon. But right now, this person literally cannot seem to articulate, what to even to describe, because it is kind of giving me like um a movie I love, Constantine. So in the movie Constantine with Keanu Reeves, there is, you know, I wasn't really crazy about this kind of weird slant with Gabriel being like a bad angel type of thing, but in this particular show or movie, Gabriel, art like the archangel Gabriel, the archangel Gabriel. I'm sure Gabriel will take offense to being slandered in such a way, but like, decides to like help the devil's son. And so at the end of the movie, Gabriel is stripped of all of her, like her powers, and spiritual everything, right? And so Constantine, who's Keanu Reeves' character, he punches her in the face, and it's the first time she's ever experienced pain. That is literally what this person is going through. Like, this is the first time since they were a child, when they abandoned their inner child. They have not felt pain really since then. They have been very careful to avoid anything that remotely comes close to them being vulnerable, them feeling pain, them going through any kind of like, emotional heartache. So this person is kind of like being reacquainted with this tap down, closed off faucet, like this large faucet of their feelings that they had really like closed off. But now that they're in this ego death, that tap has been open, and it's wide open, and this person has no way of being able to turn this off. So this person is literally being flooded with emotions, all types of emotions that they have suppressed for decades, as well as, emotions that they don't know how to name. So this person really is going through, but this is everything that they're feeling is everything they took other people through. So all of this that they're going through is literally a result of their own, um, everything that they've put out into the world, it's coming back to them. That's the divine judgment and the karmic judgment that happens when these kind of people. But even with this man being in all of this pain, this is somebody who is still, uh, he's still thinking about this divine feminine, the divine feminine that he rejected, the divine feminine that he abandoned in his, insecurities and jealousy and pettiness. This is somebody that he's hoping will somehow, I don't know, talk to him, engage him in some way. This is somebody that is like almost wishing for some sort of miracle. But I'm not trying to be mean here, but this is not a miracle you deserve. You know, you're sitting in everything you deserve, unfortunately. And I mean, I'm not trying to sound cold blooded myself, but when you show up in the world as though there are no spiritual laws and you behave in lawless and cold blooded ways to people and you treat good people like complete, utter cow dung, you're going to get what you deserve. And I'm not going to feel sympathetic for you because, quite frankly, the people that you treated this way, they didn't deserve this. You know, even if some people was not so good to you, nobody, this is the kind of person like, you know, I always use the I always use the traffic analogy because like I said, this is the kind of person that you accidentally cut them off in traffic and then they follow you home and stalk you and make plans to murder you. The offense never fit the crime. Like the punishment that they melted out to people in their attempts to be God never matched the crime. This person would always over harm people in a way that they really wanted to maim people. There was something very sadistic in this person's energy. Like that's why I'm not really feeling sympathetic, to this person's plight right now because this person, like I said, it would be a slight, but this person would take this as a complete narcissistic wounding and they would literally try to utterly destroy anybody off of what any other person would have just like, oh, this person cut me off in traffic. They might have threw the middle finger up in that moment, or they might have said a couple of cuss words in their car, but they wouldn't have followed the person home and made plans to unalive them. This is the kind of stuff that this person was doing. Like that was the energy level that this person was on in that sense, where you know, this person wanted complete and utter divine retribution against people. And this is somebody that was literally calling judgment on people, but it's like you didn't really have the authority to be doing that. Not for the stuff that this person was like. It was like every little thing. If this person looked at them wrong, they wanted to melt out judgment toward this person. This is somebody who is now having to sit in the reality that they have ruined their life. Like there is no nice way of saying this, but this person is living with disappointments. This somebody that is sitting in a lot of regret. They're beyond feeling unfulfilled and unsatisfied with their life. This person is utterly, um, excuse me. This is somebody that is utterly disappointed in themselves. Like they know now they had no good excuse for their behavior. Like this is somebody that, like I say, the Most High has made part of their divine judgment is they cannot even lie to themselves anymore. This is somebody that cannot mask up. They can't lie to themselves. They can't pretend like that things aren't what they are. But this is somebody that, like I said, it's weird to me that with everything this person has going on, with all this karmic debt, with all of this divine judgment that this person is on, this person is really still very hyper focused on this divine feminine from their past. This is somebody that they feel like is worth fighting for, but this timeline is over, sir. This divine feminine is not coming back, and you are just still in the very thrones of ego death. This divine feminine is already in her empress energy. So it's like apples and oranges here. You have a lot of catching up to do. And I'm feeling very clearly this person is already under a new soul contract with a divine counterpart that didn't blow their lives out, that didn't destroy the relationship with her. Like, because at the end of the day, like I said, this is somebody that willingly destroyed this relationship with this divine feminine out of what could only be considered pettiness. Like, literally pettiness. I mean, what is giving me the feeling like what happened? This divine feminine didn't stroke your ego like everybody else. Because this, I mean, like honestly, she was sent in to help you ascend out of this lawlessness and energy, you know. And I'm getting it seems like this person just got more and more kind of depraved after the, split from this divine feminine. Like she was brought in to help bring this divine masculine up out of this energy. And then he destroyed the relationship. And then he descended even more, but like he she went on to ascend and he went on to descend. So now you guys really are in a whole totally different, polar axes of the world right now in terms of spirituality, but this is somebody that is trying to have faith now, I mean, I think you should have faith in terms of, you're going through an ego death, and God is making you basically start from scratch, because that's really what an ego death is. It's the opportunity to start from scratch, to really actually rebuild yourself as a decent human being. So yeah, have faith in God, have faith in your ability to actually, take this opportunity and show up in the world as a decent human being, probably for the first time in your life. But in terms of having faith for this divine feminine who's gone from the past, I'm not gonna even tell you that lie, because everything that I'm hearing in terms of my spirit team is like, no, it's not happening. So I gotta be honest with you. They said it's a firm no. This divine feminine is not coming back, sir. So I gotta tell you the honest God truth on that. But it does not mean that you cannot have faith in terms of a new beginning for yourself. Because you are going to, need to have some faith to get you through this ego death. Cause yeah, you got a lot of karmic debt here. So you gonna need some faith. Yeah. Did too much, too fast, overindulged. You did everything that you were big, bad, and bold enough to do. And I think it wouldn't have been so bad if a lot of the stuff you weren't doing energetically, because this is giving me the energy of somebody that was doing a lot of master manipulating, but they were doing it in a way where it wasn't obvious to other people that this was the culprit. That's where this lawlessness and cold-bloodedness come in, because this person was manipulating from behind the scene. This is somebody that I feel like in public to people, they had a mask on. They were a nice person. They appeared to be, outgoing, bubbly personality, but behind that mask was somebody that was always constantly just trying to destroy people, and they were always trying to do it behind the scene. So this person was very much a covert narcissist. Yeah, everything in their life was smoke and mirrors. This person did not have a real sense of self. Everything that you know they had, or everything they were it was a mask. It was all designed for them to be on top, for them to be victorious and win by any means necessary. So if that meant they had to put on a mask and dupe somebody to get what they wanted in that particular moment, they didn't care. This person had no respecter of, they were equal opportunists, to get what they wanted. They didn't care. This, like I said, this person had a by any means necessary. This is a person that had a lot of choices. This strikes me as somebody that showed up in the world as a very attractive looking person, and they knew they had the gift of charm and they used it. They overused it. Because like I said, this is somebody that was supposed to have been divine masculine. So he actually was supposed to use that charm and intuitive gift to connect with people. He was supposed to be using that on a divine path, because he was supposed to actually be able to connect with people, to help them. He used it. He used this gift to connect with people, to use them. And I feel like that's having a lot of consequences, because this is somebody who is given like this person has really blown out their sacral chakra, because they have overused it tremendously. Yeah, with all these, this boy toy energy and this serendipitous, naughty affairs. Like this is somebody that was very sexually active, a little too much so that it is now, you know. I feel like that's also part of their divine judgment. Is God is basically, yeah, I'm gonna say the word. God is making God made this person impotent as part of their divine judgment because this person was using sex as a weapon. Yeah, this person was using sex as a weapon. And so God basically made this person impotent so that they would not be able to basically, you know, skeet skeet. Sorry, I heard a little jun in my head. Yeah, so I mean, it needed to happen because this person was using it as a form of manipulation, as a form of a weapon. This person was not having intimate acts with people from a place of love or care. Everything was calculated. This person was very calculated. Yeah, this is somebody that now, after they have hit this rock bottom, and the Most High God has sat them down and kind of stumped them into the ground a little bit. This person is finally ready to accept the divine calling. They are finally ready. So congratulations. This is why I say you need to have faith. You gonna need to have faith because you have burned a lot of bridges, sir. So I really don't know how this is gonna go over with your family. If you have any friends left, you're gonna have to really make a lot of amends. So you're gonna, like I said, you're gonna have to really start from scratch here because you have really hurt a lot of people, and you have done a lot of you have put out a lot of negative energy into the world, as well as you've been like, honestly, the crazy part about all of this to me too as well is this is somebody who's been very lawless and cold-blooded with themselves. Like whoever you are, karmic masculine, you know I'm gonna call you awakening masculine. I'm gonna call you awakening because you give it a little less karmic now. You know that you are going through this ego death. Um, but that's mostly because you're not allowed to be karmic anymore because basically that was part of your divine judgment. But potato, potato. We'll we'll call you an awakening masculine. So yeah, you have to start from scratch here. Really start from scratch, which means you're going to have to learn how to have a decent relationship with yourself because, like I said, you are coming up in the energy as being very lawless and cold blooded with yourself. Most importantly, your inner child. You demonized your inner child in a way that was not necessary. Like, whatever you dealt with in childhood, and I do get there's some trauma there, is a lot of trauma there, you know. And your parents were a toxic pair. I gotta say it. They were a toxic pair. They honestly. This is why I tell people another reason why you should not stay in relationships past the soul contract, because kids get to see that. Kids grow up in that, and the parents are just together for the kids' sake. But the karmic contract was already over for your parents long before you got damaged. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, you have been really awful to yourself, honestly, because all of this behavior, people who love and like themselves don't show up in the world this way. And that's the honest to God truth. A lot of this behavior that we see, these narcissists, these awful people in the world, it all comes back to the fundamental. These are people that do not like or love themselves. And so this person has done a lot of damage to themselves along with what they were doing to other people. So this is somebody, like I said, they're really going to have to start from scratch. They're really going to have to um, build a relationship with themselves and discover themselves because this is somebody who abandoned their inner child when they were still a child and has not seen their inner child since. So this person now has to go in search of their inner child, and they have to, reacquaint themselves with their inner child and then go from there, because this is somebody that's got a lot of mending to do. This is a person that they created a lot of fires, and not in a visionary way, but in the destructive force. This person was a destructive force in the life of every person they encountered. So yeah, and this person is not a young person. This is not a young person. This is somebody that is well old enough. I'm hearing 40s, maybe early 50s. Take it however resonate. But this is somebody that is definitely old enough to know better. And so this person has racked up a lifetime of karmic debt of, imagine all the people this person has encountered, all the people they've used, all the people they've gotten over on. So this is why this person's having to start from scratch. So yeah. Well, excuse me as I continue to drip my nose throughout this read. Whoever you are, awakening masculine, you're awake now. You're awake. I mean, that's half of the battle. And, the past is the past. You cannot do anything about that. No matter what you have done, you cannot change and undo what you have done. So, you're going to have to find a way to make peace with that. But you're definitely going to have to address your victimhood mindset, because you're not a victim. I mean, you are in a certain sense to your own bad decision making, but it's still your decision making. So nobody did this to you. Nobody wished bad on you. Nobody did spell work. Nobody did any kind of negative energy work on you. This was all you, buddy. And so you're going to have to find a way to make peace with that. And, like I said, this having faith is a good opportunity for you to connect with God. So, but, you know, there is hope for you. Believe it or not, there is still hope here for you. It is going to require a lot of work from you. You're going to have to work harder than you have ever worked in your life, especially because you're coming from a background where you never actually had to work, emotionally, spiritually, energetically, for anything in your life. So this is going to feel like a doubly hard work for you because you don't have a point of reference for it. But such is, that free will choice. You made the free will, and now you have to live the consequences of it. In other words, welcome to adulthood. This is what it truly means to be an adult, is to take complete accountability and responsibility for your actions and how you show up in the world. So it's a rough ride, but you can do it. You hold on to your faith, and all you need is the faith the size of a mustard seed. So that is the message. Be blessed.